Hi, today I've got Marty Bracken from Rochelle, Illinois. And Marty's got a beautiful 1953 Packard. And Marty's going to tell us a few things about this Packard. What series is this?
Well, this is a 1953 Clipper Deluxe. And the Clipper was the Packard had developed so that the common man could afford a Packard. Although when they put the name Deluxe on it, they added some features like the bigger engine and the better chrome and trim and the deluxe interior. So it's really kind of a top of the end line car, the Packard Clipper was. The Clipper Deluxe, that is.
Now when you said Clipper Deluxe, you said bigger engine. This is a monster engine, it looks like to me. It's an 8-cylinder, straight 8-cylinder, and how many displacement did you say that was, a 327?
This has a 327. The smaller one was 288, but the more deluxe models had the 327 engine in it.
Okay, in 53, of course, it was a 6-volt system.
6-volt system, yes.
Now, what color is this?
Well, this is, I don't know exactly what they call it. It's kind of a cream banana color. I call it a banana color, but
it's an original color.
It's an original Packard color, yes.
Okay.
I'm sure that's not what they called it.
No. And how long have you had this one, Marty?
Well, this car I've known about it for several years, but I've only had it for about 3 years, and it was already restored when I got it. I've had to do some touch-up on it and take care of a few things that age has a tendency to deteriorate. But basically, it's pretty much the way I got it.
Do you know how many miles are on the car?
It shows 53,000 miles.
Wow.
But I have no idea how many it has. I have a tendency to think that this was pretty much original because I saw this car before it was done, and it didn't look too bad then.
Okay. And it's back to original? You're back to the original bias ply tires on it to make it authentic?
Right. This has the original type bias ply tires on.
The type, yes.
Yeah, the type that the Coker Tire Company makes them now for antique car buffs, so that they can put them as close to original as they were.
And what kind of features does it have? Is this an automatic transmission?
This has an automatic transmission. Packard was the only automobile company that made their own transmissions, and they made an automatic transmission, and they came out with it in 1950. And this being in 1953, it has the some improvements that the original didn't have. But Packard was really only in business until they merged with Studebaker in 1957, and by 1958 they were done for, so they didn't have too many years of the automatic transmission.
Well, we used to think Cadillac and Packard, and that seemed to be kind of a standard, wasn't it, at one time?
Before that, there was the 3 Ps, Peerless, Packard, and Pierce Arrow.
Pierce Arrow, okay.
So the Classic Car Club of America recognizes some of the bigger, older Packards, and by the 50s, why, they really weren't recognizing them as being a classic car. Packard did make a Caribbean convertible that's still considered to be a classic, I believe.
And that's probably even longer than this Clipper, right?
Well, they'd be pretty much the same length. All the Caribbeans had a Continental kit on the back, and that was a little bit longer.
Yes. Well, what other features does this car have?
Well, by today's standards, the features aren't much. It has a power antenna, and a Wonderbar radio, and the automatic transmission, of course. It does have power steering and power brakes, and those would have been rather revolutionary features, but in 1953 they have power steering and power brakes.
Yes, it would be. And usually back at that time they'd say the accessories were like an oil bath air cleaner and a few features now that everybody has now. Okay, we want to thank you, Marty, for showing this car.
Well, thank you for taking an interest in it.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.